Hello everybody, welcome back to Table Talk Sports. I'm Gunslinger, I'm here with Bruiser, Big Play Nate, and Kai C. We're going to be going over some things in our news file segment today. We hope you enjoy it. So first I'm going to hand it off to Big Play Nate to discuss something to do with the MLB.
Yeah, so if you don't know this, baseball is my overall favorite sport. I will give a reason for that in the closing statements later on today. But so many big trades have happened around the MLB, and since we haven't done an episode in a long time, I'm going to recap some of them. The San Diego Padres have completely upgraded their pitching staff, adding all-stars Yu Darvish and Blake Snell along with Chris Paddock and Joey Bakuchi and Dinelson Lamet.
Wow.
The Padres were going to have a studded rotation this year, and I hope that that's enough to trample the Dodgers, because if they can trample the Dodgers, the Padres shoot way up on my favorites list. Also, on the bad news when it comes to trades, we have Francisco Lindor being traded to the Mets. Francisco Lindor being traded to the Mets. That upset me a lot, because I'm not particularly a Mets fan. I'm a giant Atlanta Braves fan. But I still think that we're going to topple him no matter what Lindor can do. Now Gunslinger is going to do his part of the news files with his special underrated players section.
And this is where we add the sound effects of lovely piano going on. Take it away, Gunslinger.
I don't know where that piano came from, but this is Don't Expect Greatness. The point of this is you will probably have either heard of these players vaguely or never heard of them. That's the point of this, to show players that have been underrated for their entire career playing actively or in the past. We're going to start this off with Bruiser. Please give yours for the underrated player for today.
All right. Well, a lot of you probably have heard of him, but you don't know the severity of his career. He is a Pittsburgh Steelers former player. He is a future Hall of Famer, but not first ballot, stunningly, even though he deserves it. Played defense as a safety, known as the most athletic safety in the NFL at his time and considered in NFL history. Yes, I am talking about Troy Polamalu.
He's not underrated.
He is.
No, he's not.
Nobody talks about the severity of what he meant to that team. He meant so much to that organization and won them games by himself. It was insane what he did and how he did it. And to show you how good he was, without saying a word one game, toward the beginning of the game.
Well, if you know us...
What?
If you know us out there and you think that he is actually rated and he doesn't count on this section, let us know. We will clearly tell you that that he is a rated player.
Yes, the number 3 safety of all time. If you want to go check out our top 10 safeties list, which should come out soon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do my underrated player, and he's a current player right now, and I feel like when compared to the Browns wide receivers, he's very underrated. He's not well known. You don't have his name circling around the sports world today. Without him on that team would lose. Yes, I'm talking about number 80, Jarvis Landry. That dude went in the absence of Odell Beckham. He played probably one of his best career seasons he's played in ever. He filled in when Odell Beckham wasn't there, and actually, if you watched the Browns-Chiefs game, which should have appeared a couple days ago, if you're watching this episode, he was instrumental in that game. So Jarvis Landry would be my underrated player that should be rated.
Y'all want a more underrated player? Centennial Holmes.
That might be true.
Yeah.
But my underrated player is actually going to come from the Major League Baseball world. And it actually comes from from my favorite sports team in all of the world, the Atlanta Braves. Sure, they have big name stars like Freddie Freeman and Ronald Acuna when it comes to hitting, but one guy you might not have heard of is Mike Soroka. He was a rookie a couple of years ago, and he came up. People said he threw too soft and wasn't going to do as much, but he made a huge impact drawing Greg Maddux comparisons, which Greg Maddux, in my opinion, is the best pitcher in MLB history. He had a ton of incredible breaking pitches over the years and has almost or at 30 wins over just 2 years.
So I believe that leaves our host of this section, Gunslinger.
So yes, thank you everybody for becoming a part of this segment. All great underrated names. Troy Polamalu, don't know why he was mentioned necessarily, and to fact check Bruiser a little bit, he is actually first ballot. He's going to be introduced, I think, this year. And many other players that have been named. But my one for today is Roddy White.
Yes.
You never heard of him? Well, you should have, because he was a great wide receiver who played for the Atlanta Falcons in the early 21st century through the mid 21st century. He played outstanding football for Atlanta, playing there his entire career, I think. Don't quote me on that. But he was second now in every Falcons record in history, who was barely beat out by Julio Jones very recently. He scored many touchdowns, was big part of that playoff team back in the early 2010s, and that is who I believe deserves to be on this list. So everybody, thank you for watching our news files and Don't Expect Greatness episode. If you want to watch the next one, please wait about 10 seconds and you can watch the next one directly after this one. So thank you for watching Table Talk Sports. We hope we see you back.